Well, what I just saw was you never paid 25,000 for that car because you're gaining the 5.75 right there in your example,
Yeah,
compound interest. So you're never really paying 25,000 for the car in the first place. That's
yeah,
amazing. That's
you're really
amazing.
not. But hey, listen, I'm just going to call it what it is. I mean, hey, you're paying for the car, but you're getting all the money back. But you're
Yeah.
just like, hey, you didn't really pay for it. Either
Yeah.
way, we're accomplishing the exact same thing. So let me just show you. I got some math, and I want to kind of just walk you folks through it because this is actually pretty cool. And then we're going to show you the impact of repaying yourself, being your own bank. But I think just to keep this simple, let's show you this right here. This is a real policy. And I've summarized it in an Excel sheet, okay, just to make it easy so we don't have to look at all the numbers on a wall of numbers on the illustration. But this is a real client. His name was Kevin. Okay, he was 38 years old when he came to us. He had a goal of getting into real estate because I just gave you a car example, but let's just pretend you were a real estate investor and you wanted to buy real estate. So that was Kevin. Kevin had 50 grand sitting in his bank account and he saw a presentation we did, just like you're seeing today. And he says, now I see why people do this. Hey, Chris, can I take the 50 grand that's sitting in the bank earning interest and can I move that into one of those fancy dancy specially designed whole life policies from a mutually owned company that pays dividends? It's a mouthful. And I said, well, sure you can. You could dump 50 grand in one time. And I said, but Kevin, how much are you saving right now? To which he then said, well, I save about $500 a month. And I said, okay, well, let's change where your savings goes as well. Let's dump the 50 grand in, but also put $500 a month into that specially designed whole life. Now, when we ran the math, as you can see, we were not able to get the full $500 a month in. Now, there's some IRS rules, but we got close. $491.25 is what we were able to put into Kevin's policy. So in the first year, let's just do the math. He dumped in 50 and he put 58.95 into the policy. So his total outlay into this policy in the first year was $58,895. I'm trying to draw this. That's his total cost basis, his total outlay. To which, how much money did he have available in that first year to use? 51. Now, I know some of you are like, wait a second, 58,000 I put in and I can only use 51. That sounds terrible, Chris. Like I want to use all of it. Well, hold on. There is a cost for running that whole life. There's a death benefit. That death benefit that will protect your family. There is a cost for that. So what you're seeing here, there are three costs that you're taking witness to. And also, just so you know, this is about 92% of the money he deposited. So most policies we design, especially if there's a dump in, you're going to have them be anywhere between 85 and 92% of the money you put in available in the first year. But here's the thing. Kevin, because he's a real estate investor, can take this 51 grand out of the policy, like I showed you with the car. So he can take a loan for this 51 grand and he can go out there and buy real estate. He can lend that money. He can invest it. He can pay off credit cards. He can do anything he wants. So let's just say he found a place to take that 51 grand and earn a 10% return. Maybe a private lending deal on a super secure deal, but whatever. He takes 51 grand out and lends it at 10%. That's a pretty good return and that's a pretty good interest. So, that would earn him some extra money right there. Now, how much money does he have in his policy earning interest and dividends? 51. Remember, he didn't take his money. He took a loan from the insurance company to which they charge him 5.25. But if he's earning 10, he's only paying 5.25 to use the money. He's making, that's right, a nice spread. But he's making that spread plus still earning 5.75 on all of this money, 92%. That's the first year. And first year is always the worst year, okay? Because we don't have time on our side yet. We haven't had any compounding really happen over the first year because we just put the money in. So let's go to the second year. Kevin is now 39. In the second year, he deposits that 491.25 in, so that's 58.95 in the second year. Now, in the second year, even though he took almost all of his money out, 51 of the grand he took out, and he's making 10%, don't forget that. How much did that 58.95 he put in the second year earn him at the end of the year? So 12 months has elapsed. He gets his dividend and he's earned that interest all year long, which means that 58.95 has grown 7,141. That means he made, okay, because you can't use that full amount. You would subtract these two, which gives you $1,246. That's how much he made that year. So his cash on cash return of what he earned on his deposit he put in, and some of you would be like, well, wait, no, he put in 58.95 plus a new 58. No, he did, but he took 51 of that out. So that money's already working for him at a rate of 10. Okay, so we're just talking about new money. This is the new money. He made $1,246. If you do the math, divide $1,246 into 58.95. You will see his cash on cash return is 21.14%. So it is this that year plus this, not this or this plus this. So I just wanted to show that. And it just gets better every year because this is math. It's called uninterrupted compounding interest. And it wouldn't matter if Kevin took this 7,000 out, made that money go to work again. This return is going to be the same. The only thing he's got to deal with is 5.25% interest on the loan. Okay, that's very important to factor that out. But the 5.25% he's charging, the rule and how I do this and the rule I teach is always make sure if you take a loan out, if Kevin took this 7,141, I would ask Kevin, and I would want Kevin asking himself, can I make more than 5.25% on this $7,141? If the answer is yes, then I say go for it. And then you got to measure risk and some other things. But you see, that's the only rule. Now let's go one step further. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this because I want to show you one other thing. And I want to show you now the impact of paying yourself back. Just like you pay a bank back, I'm going to show you the impact. And Christy, I know you teach this all the time with HELOC, so it's the same thing. Your audience should be really familiar. It's going to be a little bit of a wall of numbers, but I'm going to walk you through this because we're going to go back to that car example. All I did is I ran a calculator here. In this calculator, I'll make it a little bigger so we can look at it. This calculator assumes, and I get my, where's my pen? Assumes we are taking a $25,000 loan from our insurance policy. We are paying the insurance company 5.25%. All the numbers are the same. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make $500 recapture deposits into the policy. See how that sounds better? Kind of like that, Christy. $500 recapture deposits.